This is the plaintiff, Cheryl Aaron. She says she bought a custom leather coat from the defendant, and the thing is way too big. She looked like a beached whale in it. The defendant stopped taking her calls, refuses to make her a new coat that fits, and she's suing a crook for the $2,135 she gave him. This is the defendant, Jeffrey Weiss. He says he designs coats for the likes of Anne Bancroft and Mel Brooks, just to name a few, and the plaintiff hired him to create one for her. Once the plaintiff got the coat home, she called him asking to return it because she says it made her look fat. He offered to change the lining to a thinner one, returned the coat to him, and then filed a claim against him with the Better Business Bureau. The woman's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. One minute she's nice, the next she's a monster. Bottom line, the woman sued him. Here they are, and now it's time for the judge to decide who's right and who's crazy. He's accused of refusing to ride on anyone's coattails.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please.
Okay, a lot going on that side.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Cheryl Aaron.
Yes.
You are suing Jeffrey Weiss of Jeffrey Weiss Designs for $2,135. The amount that you paid for a custom-made raincoat that you have not received, and that you feel there were numerous problems with. Tell me what happened here.
On June 15th of 2013, I had ballet tickets at Lincoln Center, and I was early for the ballet, so I walked through the craft fair at Lincoln Center and saw the defendant's booth. The coats looked wonderful, so
Is this an outdoor craft fair?
It's an outdoor craft fair in the main plaza at Lincoln Center.
Okay.
And I ordered a custom raincoat. So we agreed that I could send him a deposit after I got home. On June 17th, I mailed a $500 deposit to Jeffrey Weiss Designs. On August 1st, we agreed to meet in New York City at a restaurant called Spice, which was the defendant's choice. They came with the raincoat, and I tried it on, but there was no full-length mirror. There was no mirror, so I couldn't see how it fit.
All right, so you pay for the coat, you take it home, and you decide that you don't like it because...
No, I took it home, and the coat was 3 sizes too big. It was enormous, and I went to my bank early the next morning to stop payment on the $1,635 check I had written. The bank told me the check had already been cashed, so there was nothing I could do.
You went to the bank first? You didn't reach out to him to...
Oh, I sent him an email.
Okay.
On the after I tried the coat on August 1st.
Is that the same day of the
That was the day
lunch meeting or whatever?
Yes, it was the same day as the lunch meeting, and I got home, I looked in the mirror, and I was actually shocked at the fit, and I sent him an email saying that I was very upset and saying that I had burst into tears when I looked in the mirror and saw it.
And he said what?
And I didn't get any kind of response. On August 5th, I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau.
Wait, I'm sorry. What is the day that you reach out to him?
I reached out to him on August 1st.
And you got no
Later.
response, meaning what does that mean exactly? That you left him a message and he didn't return your call?
No, I emailed. And on August 15th, after I had filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, he sent me an email and assured me that the coat could be fixed.
He waited 15 days before he responded?
I believe it was 2 weeks
15
later.
days. Do you have the emails?
I do.
Okay, let's look at them. While she's looking, did it take you 15 days to respond to her email?
My recollection is that it was sooner than the 15 days.
When do you think you responded?
I thought it was like 2 or 3 days, because I do remember having a conversation with Miss Aaron. She said she had been so upset, and I had...
What was she so upset about?
That she didn't like the fit. And sometimes needs one or two fittings.
Okay.
And I am
Do you have a showroom?
willing to go the distance to make sure that happens.
Do you have a showroom?
Not in New York.
Okay. So tell me about this coat. Is it here?
Yeah.
I know you got a whole rack of coats. Is that the coat?
This is the coat.
The $2,000 coat?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
called...
it's a one of a kind. You designed it. What's the name
of the series. It's called A View of the Bronx from I-95 at 60 miles an hour at night.
A view of the Bronx
From
I-95
at 60 miles an hour
at 60 miles an hour at night. Okay.
And it's the inspiration is from in the Bronx. There are abandoned tenements, and there were artists and developers that put paintings into all the windows of these high-rise abandoned tenements to promote them and develop the South Bronx that was really devastated about 25 years ago. The coat is made of a faux suede called Suede Mark. You can wear it in the rain. Eventually it wets, but it will dry just like this. The technique for putting this design in, I have a patent for. After I cut the pieces of the coat, I draw a sketch on another piece of fabric, and then it gets stitched, cut, and turned with a tweezer, then pressed around the edge. Anyway, it has a zipper.
I'll hold this.
Okay.
And it's got a zipper, a placket, and magnetic snaps. Between the insulation and the fabric of the coat is
A layer of thin
a
slate.
layer of thin slate.
Who's that guy?
My partner.
Okay.
The one that's
I
not
had
service.
called Miss Aaron before delivering the coat to discuss the insulation.
Okay.
And I said, well, I was kind of worried about bulkiness, and
she told you that?
she said it was okay to use the thicker, and I also added that if it didn't work out, I would take the lining out
Okay,
and
so
switch
anyway,
it.
so you get an email from her that says what? Did you find the emails?
Yes, I
Okay,
did,
may I
Your
see
Honor.
them?
And I beg your pardon, I was wrong on the date, Your Honor.
That's all right. So let's see. August 1st. I tried on my coat in front of a mirror after I got home because there was no mirror in the restaurant. I took one look and burst into tears. The coat does not fit. It's miles too big, and I feel like I'm wearing an ugly down coat. I'm going to send the coat back, and I expect a full refund. I've lost confidence in this transaction. And when was his response?
His response was below that. It was actually, I believe, the 5th, Your Honor. I'm sorry, do you want me to?
16th. Yeah, can I see his response, please? Look, what's the bottom line? When you get this email from her complaining about the fit, what do you say to her?
We come to an agreement where I'm going to change the lining, the insulation.
Okay, because you felt that might be what's adding to the bulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that would trim it down by half.
So did you have her mail the coat back to you?
Yes.
And did you, in fact, do the repair?
Yes.
Okay, and then what went wrong? Because at the time, you folks make an appointment to see each other where?
Again at Spice, Your Honor.
Why? Because Spice had bought a mirror?
But he promised to bring a full-length mirror.
Okay, may I see those emails? Can you hand that back to my bailiff? And then what happens? He doesn't show up?
And he never showed up.
Why didn't you show up?
And he never, I rang repeatedly from my cell phone.
I think probably because by then he'd gotten the Better Business Bureau complaint. What happened?
His mother.
I'm the sole caretaker for my mom who had a stroke 6 years ago. And she was having a contraction with her leg, and I
think it's that you got the complaint from the Better Business Bureau and it made you angry.
Maybe it was passive-aggressive, maybe.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I think happened.
But
who's the woman nodding? Your partner and the woman behind you are both nodding like, yeah, that's.
But it was his mother that we ended up taking to the hospital that day, and
So,
just in the rush
what
of it.
contact did you ever have with her explaining that?
We didn't.
Exactly.
That
So
day.
it makes it
Right.
unbelievable. It just looks like you wanted to leave her
Right,
hanging.
but by
In
then
any
she
event,
didn't
you've
want
got the coat, you've got the money, and she wants a refund, and she doesn't deserve one because.
We have the original order here.
I did contact her after that problematic day.
Okay.
And,
When? How long after?
It was not a crazy amount of time, but it was, maybe a few days, a week. I mean, less
That's
than
a
that.
crazy amount. You leave me hanging at Spice. Good as Spice is. Okay, you leave me hanging at a restaurant waiting for you. You call me a week later. By then you're dead to me. I mean, come on. So this is a custom-made coat that you paid how much for?
$2,135.
Okay. Wow. All right. The coat is there. I'd like you to try on the coat.
I would love to try on the coat, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Do we have a full-length mirror?
was going
We're
to
going
bring
to have
them.
to take it in some more because all we did right to this point is put the thinner thinsulate in, but we still have to pin it to her. I mean,
Well,
it was a little boxy.
Does,
but
does anybody else want to see her wear the coat?
Let's start by seeing it on her.
Let's see. Let's just see. He's not confident about it because he thinks he's still going to have to take it in.
Is there a full-length mirror?
Yeah.
Does it
Do we have a
feel-
full-length mirror?
It's big.
I don't know. Let me see.
But if you were wearing a business jacket, it would take up some of the bulk, just not
Well,
that
it
much.
says who she wears a business jacket. No, it's got a lot of bulk.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be? How is this supposed to be? This is
That's the
actually
hood.
okay. So it's actually supposed to be like that.
Well, it
No,
has a 2-inch facing.
no, there's a 2-inch facing. It folds back, so it snaps around the collar.
Yeah, come on.
So,
Is it all right if he comes close to you? Okay.
so this would be like an alternate type of collar, which buttons on and off, like that. And then if it starts to rain, you can then, oops, excuse me.
Well, wait, she didn't approve that. Hair is hair. That's like totally different.
But sorry.
That's all right. We'll give you a chance. Don't
And
worry.
then it goes like that, and then it would snap like that, so it wouldn't blow.
And now he's going to smother you.
All right, so then this one comes off.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So turn this way for me. All right. So then you can take the collar off.
So then you can wear the collar up or down.
If what you
Can I just have him step back in so we can hear him?
It says it.
Okay, so there's the full-length mirror. Do you feel it's big?
Yes. It's big through the body.
Yeah.
And it is big, it's a bit big through the body, and the shoulders should be less padded.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. I don't know, when I heard this thing, I'm thinking this woman looks in the mirror and she's crying over a coat. I find that weird.
If she's very sensitive, maybe she would cry.
I get it, but is it a little delusional to cry over a coat?
I think yes, especially, well, if it was expensive, it's kind of...
Oh, God, you're hedging. I need a guy here. Okay.
No way. It's just clothes. You don't need to cry over a coat.
See, ladies? Yeah. You see? Listen to this guy. Going inside the courtroom.
You wanted to point out something in the contract to me?
Yeah, it says, at our discretion, we reserve the right to remake any item to remedy any problem.
Right. Here's the thing, though. You did have the right to remake it to remedy the problem, and this is the remade, addressed problem, and it's still a problem.
We never got to fit it to her.
What do you mean? You never? Why didn't you finish the work? Then you breached because you didn't finish the work.
After she canceled the order, we didn't bother to
Fix it a third time?
call her and take it in.
No. Wait. So the meeting that day for lunch wasn't
to do another fitting. It was to do another fitting.
It was a fitting at the restaurant, or it
Right.
was to deliver a finished product?
To bring the coat and do a fitting to see what else had to be altered.
Is it your understanding that you were going to have the finished product at that restaurant?
No, I believed I was going to have a better product and it was going to be closer, but
there was still work to do?
I did feel that there was still going to be work to do.
Okay. So what was the day they failed to appear? Was what?
September 12th. I'm sorry, I don't have my emails. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
I have them. I'm tired of waiting for a coat you have no intention of delivering. In fact, I waited for over an hour for you at Spice yesterday. Now I just want a full refund. I expect to receive a check in the amount of $2,135. He responds to you that next day. I really apologize. I will take $235 off the coat and come to your house to do the fitting. You send a response to him October 10th, which is almost a month later. I am thoroughly disgusted and disappointed in the unprofessional way you insist upon trying to conduct your business. I repeat, since I have not received a coat, I want a full refund of the amount I have paid you. A discount is not sufficient. And so here we are. Why wouldn't the lady be entitled to a refund? You took her measurements, the coat wasn't right. You told her to meet you somewhere, she sat there for an hour, you never showed up. I have to decide who breached the contract.
It says all sales are
And it is very,
final.
very difficult for me to decide that
Give her the
she breached the
contract.
contract under these circumstances. How did she breach the contract? I mean, is your argument that, she paid, your best argument, I guess, is probably, hey, she paid me in full, liked it, and left. And there's no returns. What does your contract say about returns?
It's on the bottom.
All sales final, no returns without prior approval, do not ship without authorization. At our discretion, we reserve the right to remake any item to remedy any problem.
Your Honor, if I may, I did return it with permission. I took the coat. When it didn't fit, I was told.
No, that's all right. That was persuasive. I like that.
That they
so
could
you did.
Fix it.
He accepted it.
They
Stop talking. So stop talking before you turn. Before you convince me right out of the position. So your answer is they waived that because they took the coat back in order to fix it, and then they didn't fix it, and everything else happened. So that's a new contract that I have. And then, Judge, they breached by not meeting me at the restaurant that day and leaving me waiting, and now I've lost confidence in them.
I did
Now
call
we're done.
the next.
I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in this case, $2,135. You got it. You have to conduct business in a more. I know you're an artist, but there's a business component to what you're doing, and you have to comply with the business component too. I have no doubt you'll be able to resell that.
Well, the judge has ruled in favor of the plaintiff here, and here is the artist himself. What's your feeling on the outcome of the case first?
Well, I always try to put the customer first and make a quality garment.
Well, the garment, it's the way you did business. It's not really, the garment's the way you did business with her.
There were things that were happening. I called her the next day. I offered her quite a lot of money to make it easier for her.
What are you going to do with the coat now? You think you'll be able to sell it?
Yes.
Sell it to the judge.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, you couldn't sell her your story. Maybe you can sell her the coat. All right. So come on in here. You satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
How badly did you want that coat?
I thought the coat was a magnificent coat. I think he's a brilliant designer. However, I need to do business with someone who can do business.
And you don't want to give him that last chance to fix it for you?
No, he's had 6 months.
All right. Harvey.
Whenever you buy something that's supposedly tailor-made, get the specifications written down on the receipt. In this case, it was pretty obvious the coat didn't fit.